Hi, my name's Daisy and today I am doing my 2015 resolutions. They're also book resolutions, just in case you didn't gather that. I can't believe that we're already past another year and Christmas is over and everything else, and just how did that happen? How does time just go and you don't realise that it's going and just bleh, makes my brain go I also have a little buddy today helping me film and it's Toothless! I'm so excited! Oh, he's so tactile and he's so lovely, and I have a wonderful boyfriend who gifted me this and I'm just, he's so cute and fluffy, I'm going to die. So yes, I have a little guard dragon by my feet just in case anyone attacks mid-filming. You know, could happen. Before I talk about my 2015 resolutions, I thought I'd just reflect on the ones that I did last year and whether I completed them or not. The first target I set myself was to read 65 books, and I did it. I smashed that target. Well, I didn't technically smash it because I didn't really go over it. I read 66 books, but I smashed it. The next one was to read 25 books off my shelf, and I did it. I know that some people would say actually you probably read more because you had the Kindle and you had your audiobooks, but this was literal physical ones off my shelf, and I read 25 of them, and I literally think I did just read 25, so I was impressed at myself. The next one was to schedule my videos better. Let's not discuss that. That did not happen very well. Read a classic was my next one and I read 3. Yes, I'm impressed at myself. I didn't think I was going to do that target, but I did it. Then was read 5 new authors, and although I didn't read Tahira Mafi's Shatter Me, I did read 5 new authors, so that counts. I did read Rick Riordan, I can't say his name right now, and James Dashner. They were ones that I had selected, so next year hopefully I'll read Shatter Me finally. I took a whole year and still haven't read it. And one of the things I set myself later on was to do the booktuber shout out, and I think I reached to about 5 or 6 of those once a month, but then it just kind of crumbled and I got kind of busy during the summer and it kind of just took a backseat. So I don't know really what I'm going to do. I was shouting out like 5 people that I discovered or I really enjoyed their videos, and I really want to get back to doing that because obviously I like broadening the community and like highlighting smaller people as well who have really great content, but it just didn't happen. Like some of these didn't happen very well. I just didn't really plan very well. I didn't have a calendar either, so I think that was also something that didn't help. Let's start with my resolutions, or equally they could be called targets. I don't know what you guys want to call it, but it's a target resolution, let's say that. The first one is something I considered with great thought, and I've decided to up my target of this year to 70 books. I know it's only 5 extra from last year, but it's 5 a month then roughly, and I think I can kind of do that, and especially as I'm getting into graphic novels and everything else, I can kind of reach that. Otherwise, I think if I go to something mad like 90, I will literally do nothing but read, and although I love reading, I do like doing other things as well. I have the PS4 now and the Nintendo, and there's so many games to play as well, so I have to marry up my time. Last year I set myself the target of reading a classic, so this year it is to read an autobiography, and I kind of think I'll either get that done quite quickly in the year because I still have the autobiography of what's the name? Josh Sundquist, that's the name. I haven't read that yet. I didn't get round to it when I was meant to be reading it in the Cramathon. I read 2 books then, but I didn't read enough, so I still got that one. Last year I also wanted to save more money and not buy as many books, and I kind of did not buy as many books. I was kind of good, but I didn't really borrow them from the library, so I'm going to use the sources that I have at my hand and use the library a little bit more frequently because it takes like 50p to reserve something and get it in from another library, and that's better than paying like £5 sometimes, especially like graphic novels that are like 43 pages long. Never happy when that happens. I'm always like I'm like, why am I paying so much for 40 pages? The next one isn't really a resolution, it's more of a target and a little mini-series that I'm going to be creating because I thought, well, I wanted to do something DIY-y with you guys, and I've had so many thoughts inside my head, and last year I think I did a video where I showed you guys all the stuff I'd created myself, and I kind of want to show you guys how to do those things. So I'm going to be doing a DIY with Daisy series, and yes, it will involve books and kind of things from books. My very lovely friend Katie from Kit Kats Can Read recently did a video called the 10 to 1, and it was was from someone else who'd done a video from like I think 5 to 1, and if you don't know what that means, it basically means you have to read so many books before you can buy one book. And because I have quite a few books still on my shelf that I'm going to be reading next year and trying to get through, I am kind of passionate about doing this, because then I will buy less books, because I kind of feel like I have to have read so many off my shelf before I can put another one on my shelf, and because I'm borrowing from the library equally as well, kind of works out, and I can kind of save up the books if I haven't bought one. But I'm going to be doing the 5 to 1, so I have to read 5 books to be able to buy one if I want to, and there's quite a few books that I want to buy because they're part of a series, but I'm going to try and stick to that one, because that's better than a book ban where I kind of say, oh, I can't buy anything, whereas, you know, that's not always nice when you have a new book coming out and you're like, I want it so bad. And as you guys know, I do things different in BookTube. I do Monday missions instead of Friday ones, and I find it easier to do weekly TBRs, and sometimes when I do my wrap-ups I forget to review things, and I know that review videos kind of don't get as many views on them as well, which is kind of disappointing, because you kind of think when you're talking about a book you'd like other people to kind of invest in it as well, but it doesn't happen sometimes. So I'm going to be doing bi-weekly wrap-ups so I can do reviews in them, so it's rather than doing a whole wrap-up where I review every single book, it's just bi-weekly, so it's like twice a month I will wrap up and see what books I've read and talk about them and my feelings on them, and most of the time it's going to be spoiler free anyway so you guys can watch it. But I think that's kind of a little bit easier for me, at least, because I get to review the books and I still feel like I'm giving back to the publishers that have given me books to review and the ones I bought, so that's kind of my target for that, and that kind of schedules something in as well, so that helps. I apologise for the really bad lighting. The camera died and I need to recharge the battery, and then I ate lunch and then it got stormy outside, and that's what happens when you live in England. Thankfully it's the end of my resolutions and I can film the outro now, so that's okay. It's not as worse, and I've got my glasses on. I just realised I didn't have my glasses on before now, and I have my glasses on now. Continuity error. Yep, it's one of those days today. Let me know in the comments down below one of your resolutions. However, if you have a video, link it to me and I will go watch it as well. And I hope you guys have a fantastic 2015, and it's filled with lots of bookish things and exciting things and all kinds of happy times. And I'm going to be seeing you guys soon with one of my DIY with Daisy videos. And thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I love you all. Goodbye.